Ramu, I'm super excited to talk to you about The Godfather and its impact on your filmmaking. So let me get started by this. Your unabashed admiration was always visible right from day one, whether it was Siva or Satya
Yeah.
or even Sarkar. In fact, you start Sarkar with this disclaimer that Sarkar is
Yeah.
your tribute to Godfather.
Correct.
So let me ask you, how did this influence the novel called The Godfather or the movie?
Yeah. See, before answering that, there's a very interesting kickstart for me about Godfather, my relationship with Godfather. In my senior intermediate, I would say, a guy gave to me this book, because those days we used to read quite a bit of novels. Like, I started off with like James Hadley Chase, for example, So he told me there is a terrific sex scene in page 26. That is the reason he gave me that book. And the word Godfather, I couldn't make out. I didn't know the meaning of what Godfather is at that point of time. But probably I would like to believe if I saw that book at random in a bookstore, I really doubt I would have picked it up. And of course, I read the page number 26 scene where Sonny is making love to Lucia, okay, and Lucy Mancini, okay, and then after that, I just because I was free and I was idling with the book, and I started reading. It was riveting. I just couldn't put the book down. Strangely enough, one is if I'm in senior intermediate, I would like to think maybe around 16, 17, maybe my age around that time was, and I never heard the word mafia before. I never knew underworld organizations exist, criminal organizations exist. In spite of that, it drew me, it sucked me inside. Much later I kind of analyzed maybe it is the power of characters and the relatable characters, and every emotion in there, it seems that I have some kind of a resonance in my own life or the people around me and all that. I think that is a connecting factor to that. Now, to answer your question, I saw the movie much later. Definitely, maybe at least 2 years gap between reading the book but by the time itself, the book has sunk in me so much. At my first viewing, I really didn't like the film so much. I was because maybe you start having a tendency to develop your favorite scenes and favorite lines, and the moment they are not absent, you feel that there is something has gone missing in that. Yeah, I would like to believe the book had much more bigger influence on me than the film. And I saw the film last around 3 years back when it released on the 50th anniversary. But in between this, yes, I saw the film. I saw individual scenes multiple times, and always I still believed that the book was better. But when I watched it now, it hit me like a thunderbolt. It had a bigger impact on me than the first time I saw it. In fact, now I would say it almost hit me more than the book in one way. Yeah.
Right. But this whole concept of a vulnerable underdog, who is an outsider, who has nothing to do with the family business or being a mafia don, getting cornered and out of circumstances emerging as a formidable force and taking over the local mafia or don.
Yeah.
That seems to be a recurring theme across not just your movies but a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So
see, I think that is the reason, because that happens in every place. I think it's like I said, if people don't know mafia, why did it connect? So I don't think it's anything to do with the mafia. So Godfather happens in every home, in every community, and everyone will know someone like Michael Corleone or Sonny Corleone. I think that is what I mean by relatable connectivity to the characters. I would like to have a big brother who I can go to. If my sister is being teased by someone, and if I don't have the strength, I want an elder brother. I want a friend of mine who's tough enough to take care of that problem. So always looking up to someone powerful to take care of your problems. So I think that is the fantasy which it catered to.
right.
So in that sense, yes, they were Godfather kind of characters in my school, in my college, in my colony where I live in, and which is the truth for everyone. I think that is where the connectivity came from.
Right. So I want to bring up two parallel threads. Right? One thread is the fictional work from Godfather, where, for example, Michael who has nothing to do with his family or the mafia eventually gets pulled into his business, which is organized crime. That is fiction. Now, let's look at your favorite topic, the Mumbai underworld, right? So, umpteen number of movies have been made about the rise of Dawood Ibrahim, Chota Rajan,
Yeah.
including your own company and Mahesh Manjrekar's Vastav, where you focused on Chota Rajan and so on. Now, interestingly, one is a work of fiction, one is loosely based on real world stories and real world happenings, and there is a significant connect between these two. So, what is surprising is the whole fictional character and the whole rise of Michael as a Don versus the real world mafia, the rise of the real world mafia. There is an uncanny resemblance between these two.
No, I wouldn't agree with what you said about The Godfather being fictional. To start with, it is kind of very loosely based on Al Capone's character, who existed in the 30s, you know, was probably the most popular gangster in American underworld at that time. So it's kind of has many, even Mario Puzo himself admitted that he did a lot of research on the existing mafia at that time, and he derived a lot of characters from there. And in fact, there used to be protests in the making of Godfather that they're giving a bad name to the Italian, because the Italian mafia came from Italy. It is what the Godfather was dealing with at the time. So anywhere, whether it's in Punjab or Bombay, like Punjab, the whatever is happening right now, the mafia, anywhere there is a parallel organization, which is when the establishment is failing to do it, and you always look at a parallel organization to sort your problems. So mafias under different names exist everywhere. The word mafia is Italian, which is where it came from, Godfather, you know. But even when first time the D Company guys were being flaunted in the magazines and all that, the Bombay picked up that word mafia. The mafia is not a word, it's not an English word to start with, you know. So they would say Bailog, for example. Bailog is like brothers, you know. So that thing, any time anyone in a group, in an organized way, can stand up for whoever is in need, that is where the whole word comes from.